a sec. Just a moment. Okay, so we're live. So hello YouTube, hello everyone. My name is Victoria. This is the 7 p.m. immersion in English. And I'm the host here. I've been on Talk and Talk for almost 3 years now, I guess. It's been a long journey, which I've been enjoying a lot. Since I began here, my English improved a lot, my confidence speaking in English. And a little bit about myself, I live in Florianopolis with my dog. And as for business, I have my own company, a broker insurance company. And it's winter here and it's raining a lot. It's very, very cold. And I'm trying to enjoy this time to study more, to read more, and watch great movies. What about you, Andrea?
Okay, good evening, guys. My name is Andrea. I'm 47 years old. I was born in São Bernardo do Campo, but I've been living in Guarujá since I was 7 years old. So it's completed quite 40 years living here. 40 years living here. I am married. I don't have kids. I don't have pets as well. I wish I could have a cat because I believe that cat is more independent, you know. Maybe I don't need to take so much care about the cat. But to be honest, I don't care so much about myself, so it's better avoid to have a pet, right? But I have a lot of plants, and I really like in taking care about my plants. I work as an administrative assistant in a Japanese restaurant. And here on Talk and Talk, I've been attending since October 2021. But I believe that English is for the rest of our lives. So because of this, I am here every day to practice. That's it.
Amazing. Thank you, Andrea. Bruno, please share with us a little bit about yourself. You can say about your work, why you're here, why you want to improve your English, where do you live? Tell us something.
Well, I'm in Mato Grosso, very far from Bucafio. Well, I'm an engineer. I'm an electrical engineer, 30 years old. I work for in the automotive sector. Uh, it's, I work for Stellantis company, the automaker that makes Fiat, Jeep, and other car brands. Uh, I usually do some meeting in English, and sometimes I struggle, even if I have a good understanding and I have a good reading and writing English. When sometimes when I do the meetings, uh, as they aren't very frequent, I do make some mistakes, and sometimes I don't know. I can't find the words, or if I get a little nervous, I have trouble speaking. So I'm here to practice my speaking. I have been learning English for quite a lot since I was a teenager, most by myself. I had some really great experience because of the English. I was able to work in the FIFA World Cup here in Brazil during
Oh, wow.
the games in Cuiabá, the capital of my state. So English opened a lot of doors for me, and I'm learning now Mandarin too. I start to learn Mandarin, and I really like language. I speak a little of Spanish, Italian, and now Mandarin. That's it.
Very nice. A polyglot guy. Very nice, Bruno. Thanks for introducing yourself. Just a few comments about speaking in English. The main point is when we don't speak in English, we get very rusty we're not confident to speak in English, even though you understand a lot and you can read very easily. So the main point here is that we bring random topics, random questions, so we don't have time to think in Portuguese and translate in English. The point here is for us to just think and say everything in English to have real conversations and to know how to answer things you weren't expected, things you weren't rehearsing to answer. So that's the point here, and that's very nice because that's the real life. When you have a meeting, when you're having a conversation with somebody, the person is gonna say something you weren't expecting. So the point here is for us to feel confident about our mistakes at first, because we are going to make mistakes and that's no problem. We make mistakes in Portuguese, we're going to make mistakes in English, and that's okay. The point here, you deliver a message and you receive a message. That's the point. So that being said, let's begin, guys. Question number 1. Bruno, if I'm saying too fast, you can talk to me to say slower, okay?
Okay.
Question number 1. Andrea, please. In what ways have you changed in the past 5 years?
Oh, guys, I think I have been changing a lot because I became more confident, not just about to speak in English, but in my life, you know, I used to be a a shy person, and of course, I keep with this personality, but I don't know. Nowadays, I feel that I am more confident. I face my fears without concern so much, you know. At least I try before, you know, oh, thinking so much. If it's not correct to do it, so I avoid these thoughts and then I try to do something. And it's really good. And also, I've been doing some activities by myself that it's important as well. And it shows how much confident I became, right? Because when you start doing things by yourself, it's a way that show that you are really confident with you in the things that you are doing. So yeah, the main point, I believe that's it, you know, being more confident.
That's amazing, Andrea. And the most incredible part for me about that is that you have to be very confident and enjoy your own company, to know that if you're good with yourself, you can do whatever you want and you'll be your best company. If you
Yeah.
have somebody that joins you in certain activity, that's great. But if you haven't, you're going to enjoy because it's something that you want, and you're not going to not do something that you want because somebody is not by your side to join the activity. And that's a long path to achieve that, because it was hard for me in the beginning, but now that I've learned, it was like a new life.
Yeah, I totally agree.
How about you, Bruno? How have you changed in the past 5 years?
Well, well, I think my inner self, I didn't change my personality or the way I see life or act, but a lot of things have changed in my life in the past 5 years. Like I changed careers. I used to work in construction, uh, but I always like it to like it was my passion to work with technology and electronics, and I always want to change to this field. So in the past 2 years, I have been doing some specialization and some course, and I had a really stressful job. I used to work at the city hall of the city I live in, and now I work remotely, and I have more time for myself. I don't deal with clients, and I don't deal with a lot of people. Like I used to work in the city hall, so I had to deal with the citizens of the city, like the people who goes there and make some uh, amends. So now it's have a more uh, relaxed way of living. It's not so much stressful as it used to be. So another things that have changed. I have built my home. So I'm I used to live in by rent, and now I have my own home. So it was a big change in my life, and that's it. I think I am the same person, but my surrounding changed a lot. The way I act and the way I see some things.
That's amazing, Bruno. Congrats for your new home, for your new house. That's a big dream, I guess, you achieved. And that's very, very nice. As for me, guys, it happened a little bit like you, Bruno. I changed the career. I worked with technology and I worked in the office. Now I have my own business in another area and I work remotely. I live in a different state, in a different city that I came all by myself, and that's something I'm very proud of because it was a very bold and brave move. It was very tough, but I was happy that I made it. And I guess in the past 5 years, my life kind of happened really fast because I studied much more. I did so many stuff. I met so many people, and I'm very grateful to that because I feel every day that everything in my life depends more on me. So it's easier for me to plan, to do stuff, to achieve what I want to do, to achieve my goals, to achieve my dreams. And now for me, life is much more clear, the things that I do want and the things that I don't want for my life. So that's very nice, something that wasn't so clear for me kind of 5 years ago. Now it's easier to see and to think. So that's it. Let's see another question, guys. Number 4, Bruno. Are we naturally resistant to change? Are you? Or do you think it's hard to face changes in your life, or is it easy for you?
Yeah, I think the human in general avoid what they don't know, né? It's like a survival
Yeah.
instinct because when we are used to how things are, we know what we expect, so we get in a comfort zone and change, even if it's to better, it's hard at the beginning. So it's something from our nature. I think every person is in some way resistant to change.
How about you? Do you like changes in your life or do you prefer to stay safe?
Well, some change. I think like my routine. I don't like to change my routine. But when I feel I get stuck, like I'm not improving, I'm not earning more money, or I something bothers me. I want to change. So I'm a person that likes to move, not stay in the same place, Like I always try to step up on the ladder.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Bruno. How about you, Andrea?
Yeah, I totally agree with Bruno. I think we have this, I don't know, the naturally resistant about change. At least for me, it's really difficult at the beginning. I am a person that don't like so much, to face change, but life is made from change, so we need to accept that. And when you accept, I believe that can be lighter, to deal with. Even if it's good, sometimes it's hard, but there is no other way, to keep going. We need to accept that and go on. But for me, it's really difficult, guys. I don't know why. I consider myself a methodic person. And mainly at work, for example, I needed to do everything every day at the same way. If I change something, my routine, it would be a messy. I feel completely lost in the rest of my day. So I need to have my routine, but sometimes it's not possible, right? Because we have a lot of things to solve during the day, and sometimes we need to, I don't know, find another way to solve quickly something. So when I realize I am in a completely messy, but it's okay, I can handle the situation, but in the first moment, for me, it's really difficult to accept. But I accept, of course, guys.
There's nothing to do, right?
Yes.
You have to deal. Well, I'm a bit like you, Andrea. Actually, I like changes, but I like when I plan these changes. Like,
Mhm.
I wanted to move here to Floripa for so long, and I planned this for years, and it took me years to understand my idea, to understand my feelings, to save money, to say goodbye to my friends, to my family. So I had a whole process. I had a lot of time to deal with the idea and to plan, and I was very, very excited about it. But when something big happens unexpectedly and changes my life, it's really hard for me to deal. Um, it's really nice to be the person who, oh, I know to how to deal with changes. For me, it's okay, stuff like that. But that's for me, that's not reality. For me, it's tough to deal with changes. When it's small changes, that's okay. For example, I do the same. I usually do the same stuff every day, but I like to do it in different ways. For example,
Mhm.
I like to eat breakfast every day in the same time, but I do different things every day to eat for breakfast. I have to go to the market, and I always try to take a different way. For example, different path. I like to go take my bike and just go around, but I do different routes. So it's the same thing in different ways. When it's small changes, I really feel good and I feel safe. But I have something that I don't feel comfortable about is when it's big changes and there's like nothing I can do about it, or something that have no I have no possibility to do it by myself, or to decide something when a decision just goes through my face and I have to deal. That's very, very tough for me.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really boring. For example, when you are used to do something and then you need to change the way.
Yeah,
For me, it's really hard,
yeah,
but it's
not easy.
okay.
Not easy. Let's see another question. Number 9, Bruno. Is there something you're actively trying to change in yourself right now?
Well, it's a big question. Actually, I'm not changing, but I'm improving uh,
Nice.
a lot of things in myself in the last few past years. I'm trying to be less impulsive. I used to be an impulsive person. Uh, I really like change. Hurry you to talking. I realized that I'm a person that constantly changing. I really like changing. I like new things. I like to try new foods. I'd like to go to new places. Uh, Now I'm trying to be more, I don't know the word, but to hear more, you know? Like I used to be this person that when got in a new project, got a new job, I wanted to change everything there. Like this is wrong. This is not a good way. There's a better way to do that, and this can be good because I think I can see things that can be improved, like process and better way to do things. But sometimes people don't see that as a good thing. Like you are challenging them, saying they are wrong, and some people get upset about that. I'm not that kind of person. You can say everything to me and I won't get personal. You know, uh, okay, you just say some better way, I will try to do that, and if it's good. But some persons, it's like that. So I'm trying to listen more, to hear more, and trying to not change things.
Yeah, it's not easy. I've changed a lot in the past 5 years in that point, Bruno, because working with other people, it's tough. Working by yourself, it's tough. For example, I have my company and there are other people involved. And there are a lot of things that I wanted to do in some way, but I learned same as you. When I saw something, I want to change a lot of stuff because I saw, oh, this can make it better, this can be different, this can be in the other way. But I learned that my process is one thing, and for other people it's very difficult to change all the stuff, and it's very difficult to do a task in the way that we're thinking of. The task is made in some way by Bruno, and I do the same task in a different way, and I had to learn how to deal with that, having my own business, because there are a lot of different ways to something be done, and it will close to never be perfect. It's very hard for something to be perfect, so I have to let it go, that idea in my mind that because it's mine, it's going to be the way I want, it's going to be perfect, because it's not. It's very important for us to understand that people work in different ways. They have different learning process. They have different time to understanding a task and performing a task. So it's very important for us in general to know that and to respect other people time to do something. In my piece of work, I can do whatever the way I want with the time that I have, but in the other piece of work I have to let other people just deal with their work and just follow the scope, and it doesn't matter if it's my way or not. It just have to be done. What about you, Andrea?
Yes, I agree with you guys. I've been struggling a lot with deal with people, because as I am a methodic person, I like to do everything in a way, and I believe that the people need to do the same, the way that I do the things. And it's not like that, right? As you said, Vic, everybody has a different way to do the things. So I don't know. And I believe that the generation as well, it's
Yeah,
different
a lot.
because I am a person that used to that I usually put so much effort to do my things. I like to do my best, you know. I don't like to be charged all the time. So I try all the time do my best for that, you know, to avoid this behavior I really don't like. And I see the generation so okay, if you know, just do their part. And for me, it's really difficult to understand that, you know. I think if we are in a group, if you are working like a team, we need to help each other, you know. So, but I've been trying to change it, and okay, I am getting better on it, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand, right? Why people uh, choose to be like that, you know. We need to put more effort when we need to solve something, for example.
Yeah.
It's my opinion, guys. I am a old school, so for me, it's really difficult to deal with the new generation sometimes.
Yeah, I understand you by being on the other side, because when I worked with technology, I worked with a lot of young people, people in their 20s, people who just got out of college,
Yeah.
people who just graduated. And now I work in the insurance field, and people are older.
Mhm.
So I had a big difficulty because of the generation gap, because it's a different way to talk and to give the task and to have the work done. Because, for example, it's very different for me to talk with a coworker in their 20s to say, oh, this is wrong, do this again, and to
Yeah.
talk to a coworker in their 50s, 60s, a man with a full family, saying, oh, this is wrong, it's not the same way. So people don't always accept when you say that in such a, it's not that big, but in a age difference. So I had to study a lot about people, about
Yeah.
the human mind, about personalities, to know how to reach my coworkers, my colleagues, to make them understand what I'm saying without getting to offensive side, the bad side, like, oh, she's just a young girl, she wants to boss me around. That's not the point.
Mhm.
That's never the point, but it's very important for us to deal with that, and not easy. Not easy
Yes.
at all. And the other way around, like you said, Andrea, like you're a bit older than your coworkers, for example, and it's hard to deal because they see work very differently. They do the task very differently.
Yeah.
We're always
It's really
learning.
it's really difficult. But I am getting better on it, you know. I know that it's my fault as well, you know. People are everyone is different, so we need to accept that. And can be, as I said before, really lighter, you know, when you accept the difference.
Yeah, and I guess it's everybody's responsibility to deal with that. Not only the younger people, not only the older people, but to
Yeah.
make a good environment. It doesn't matter if it's in work, in the family, can be somebody you know in common for other friends. It's important for us.
Yeah.
So, Bruno, number 6. Have you ever surprised yourself with a change you made?
I think not myself, but other people.
Mm,
I think I because when we change, I think the first to realize it's other people, not you. So I think I'm more calm these days. I'm not stressed anymore because I used to be like a manager, coordinator. So I used to manage a lot of people. When you manage people, you get crazy about things because sometimes your co-workers do like stupid things, and you get crazy because you know it's not this way, this is wrong, it could be another way. And when I had a business too, so when you do a mistake, the client get mad at you, and it's always stressful. So I changed career because of that. I was tired of having to answer messages at night every day during the weekends. So I got really stressed. I had a burnout, and when people talked to me, sometimes I was already stressed, and with a little thing, I got really mad. And when I changed, people around me noticed that, and I think it surprised them, like my relatives, my wife. So you are a little better now. You are more calmer. That's it.
I relate to that a lot, Bruno, because it took me a few years to do the full career change. I had my own business the same time I was working in a private company, and the company I worked in the Secretaria de Educação do Estado, and I was hired by a private company. So I worked in a big company the same time that I had my business, the same time that I was getting my post graduation. So I got in a burnout as well. I was really, really tired, really stressed. And when people talk to me, it can be a little thing, just something very silly. I got mad, I used to get mad. I used to get very stressed because it was not about that thing. It was because I had so many things in my mind, so many obligations, so many responsibilities that I wasn't able to deal with all that. So I had to let some things go away to just come back for myself and take care of my mind and also my health, because my physical health and my mental health, that was going down the drain. I wasn't able to, I didn't talk to my friends, I didn't go out, I didn't go out to talk with my family, anything. I just worked all day and it was terrible. And now I'm feeling so much better because it didn't get easier. It's difficult in a different way, but I feel that I'm more in peace with myself. Even though a lot of things changed, I'm more in peace with myself, with more with my with the choices that I've made. Andrea, what about you?
Yeah, I was thinking about this question, guys, and maybe I can share with you about, I don't know, I used to be a person that concerned so much about the others people thoughts about myself, you know. I was always thinking that, oh, am I doing it right? What Bruno are thinking about me? What Vicky are thinking about? So I was so afraid sometimes to take an action, and I was so dependent of the other, you know, to I needed to listen in the other's opinion to take a how can I say that? Uh, I don't know, taking an action for my life, you know. So, and I am changing it because I believe that it's important to have this independence in your life. Not the financial way, okay, guys, because I always worked a lot, but depending on the other to do your things, you know, to uh, decide what you want to your for your life, right? So maybe I am a little surprised about my new version because I am 47 years old, so it took me too much time to change, to have this change in my life, you know. But I can say that I am proud of myself because I have a lot of time yet to live. So if we are able to change something for good in your life, it's really worth it, you know? So yeah, it's a big surprise for me because nowadays I just take my decisions without concern so much or without ask for the others if it's right or wrong, you know? So it's a big achievement for me.
It's very tough, Andrea, when we depend on external validation for us to take
Yes.
action for our life. It's tough because it's as always it's a process. First, you don't even notice that you're doing that. And then you do notice that it's happening, but you don't know how to stop. You don't know how to change. And then after that, you notice that it's happening and you try to take small steps to see how you feel and how you deal with the taking risks without consulting other people. And then after it takes a lot of years, right? A lot of
Yeah.
years, a lot of therapy. It's not like you wake up one day and say, oh, forget everybody and let's do it my way. And I I was a little bit like you, not in a big way, but still today I feel that I'm a bit like that, and it's very tough because I'm in a point where I see that's happening. I see that happening, but sometimes I can't make it stop. Like I have to make a big decision and I have to talk to someone and to see what the other person thinks. Not that that decision affects other people's life. Maybe it's just my life, but I want
Yeah.
to know another opinion to see, oh my God, and I'm taking the wrong step and I'm doing something that I'm going to regret about it. And yeah, a lot of times I regretted about my decisions, but that's life. Maybe if I didn't take the decision, I was regretting about that also. So I believe that we're always gonna think like, oh, what if I have done on the other way, this other way, about everything, even if it's right or wrong. There's no
Yeah.
right or wrong, but different ways. And it's very tough because as we grow older, a lot of things they're even more difficult. When we think things can't get more difficult, there's something almost impossible to deal, and we have to deal. And
Yes.
it's important to see that and also to know how to differentiate from our um, safe net, like our friends or our family that we can't count on to make decisions and to see in a different point of view.
Yeah, and you said about validation, Vicky, and I don't know if you felt like that. Sometimes we know what we want, what we wanted, but we need
A lot.
to, maybe I can listen to Bruno, and Bruno will say what I need to listening. But Bruno say the other thing, and then you got, oh my gosh, what I am doing because I know the answer for me. I
And
know
you know
what I
what you want.
wanted. Yeah, but I needed to listen in the other way. If the answer is different, you get crazy. So it's really hard. But thank
Some
God I overcome it.
Yeah, sometimes we take too long to make a decision because we know the answer, we know what we want, but we're trying to find someone that thinks the same as we do so the
Yes.
person can validate and, oh, now I can do that because the other person said so, even though, like, it's not going to change anything in the other person's life, just yours, but you
Yeah.
need to listen, like, okay, you're not wrong or you're not crazy to think this way.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
Yeah. This is the point.
that's the point. Uh, Let me see another question. Number three, Bruno. What triggers change in your life? Pain, goals, inspiration, or any other stuff?
Well, I think I'm survival. My life wasn't easy, so I had to change it to live. I got out of my parents' house very soon, like I was 16 years old, and I had to live by myself. So I had some really tough moments that I had to work and provide for myself, live by my own, and I am a really dependent person. Like I didn't have any help from others to got my college degree, to got my my stuff. So I think what triggered my changes in my life was that I had to survive, to overcome a lot of things in my life.
And are you happy with the way things turned out to be in your life?
Yes, because I see that that took me here. Like if it wasn't that, I wouldn't have accomplished a lot of things because I see people that had another path, like they had help from their parents, they had all in their hands, they had all the stuff, and they it's not like they don't I don't know the word, but valorizar, né? And I'm really proud of what I have accomplished. It's not that much, but it was all by myself. And I think that made me really resilient to life. Like if I see my wife, it was the opposite. Like the her parents helped her a lot in life, and even with little problems, she she gets uh, like it is a big problem. It was something that she can't overcome, like really silly things. And I even don't care if problems appear in my life because I know that I can handle them. No.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see that difference in the early years of people's lives, Bruno, because that's the difference when you hit the adult phase, the way that you deal with difficulties, that you deal with problems, it's different. Like, for example, I guess about her wife. Maybe when she was younger, her parents didn't let many problems reach her, so she didn't worry about a lot of stuff. So now that she's an adult, if anything happens, it's like a lot of first time problems for her, so it's easy to get scared, to get desperate and think, oh, what do I do, what do I do, this is the end of the world. And when you're very young and you have to deal with everything by yourself, like you have to move out, you have to work, you have to get a college degree, everything by yourself, you have a lot of problems and you have to choose what problems to solve. And you know that you can't solve everything, but you learn how to deal because there are a lot of problems. And and one point you realize that the world's not going to end and you are going to do whatever you can, but every day you got a new problem to solve.
Yeah.
So the way that we see life, that we see problems, it's very different in different creations, the way that our parents or other people raised us. It's very interesting to say that. Andrea, how about you? What
Yes.
triggers in your life?
Yes, I really love the Bruno's answers because I do believe on it, when we pass it through hard times, it can shape us, be the stronger person that we are nowadays. It's because of this, experience, and we could solve that, thank God. So I am an only child, but I needed to start working with 15 to help my mom, to pay the bills. So since then, I've been working a lot, and I believe changes in my life it's about pain, and I believe that is necessary because I am just stronger woman nowadays because of this. I passed for difficult situations, but I overcome all of them, thank God. And about my goals as well, because, for example, I have a goal. I am here studying English because I want to achieve something. So you can change your life for better when you have a goal. So, and inspiration as well. I believe that that can be a mix of everything, right? Because when you are inspired for someone as well, it's really good to keep it going, right? Oh, if someone can do it, I can do as well. So let's try, because I saw a lot of people stuck, in their lives without perspective about life. Just wake up, go to their works, and, just doing that, anything more. And I don't know. Thank God I am not like that, So, yeah.
Well, for me, it's a bit like you, Andrea. I guess it's a mix of everything, but I see the difference in my life. For example, when is goals or inspiration, I plan the change and I have more time to achieve it, so the path is longer. And when a pain triggers change in my life, the change is very faster and kind of bigger because it when it's pain for me, I let it reach to a point where I can't go back, so I change immediately when I have the decision and it's a big change. And when it's the other way, like goals or inspiration, I plan, I take small steps, I have more time to think and to do stuff. But I guess there's no right or wrong, like everything in life. But yeah, big changes comes from everywhere. And the main point here, I believe that it doesn't matter what triggers the change, but it matters how you're gonna deal with the change. Even it's something that you planned to do or something that you didn't plan to do or just happened, and you have to deal with stuff. Life happens every day, and we don't control everything. So it's important for us to put our mind on the right place and deal with the change.
Yes.
That's it. So, guys, we're 5 minutes to go, so we don't have time to answer another question. I'm gonna send the survey link here, Bruno. There's a survey, it's an anonymous survey where you can rate the immersion from 1 to 10, and you can write a comment about, oh, I liked this. It should be nice if you continue to do this. Or I didn't like this thing that you do. You should try to make it different. Or, oh, I want to talk about cars next immersion. I want to talk about traveling. I want to talk about graduation. Anything. If you have an idea, you can send here and I consider it to make the next topic. Okay? So I
Okay.
want to hear, Bruno, how was the experience of your first immersion? What did you think?
Well, it was good. I think uh, I used to practice like in other ways. Sometimes when we talk freely like that, it's more like real life, daily real life. So it's good to practice. It was a good experience.
Very nice. I'm very happy you were here today practicing with us. I hope to see you more often and have fun, enjoy the platform. If you need anything, you can text in the group and send a message in the forum, anything you need, okay?
Okay,
So
thank you.
guys, have a great end of the week, great evening. Bye-bye. Thank you, Andre, as always. Really, really
Thank
nice
you.
to talk to you. Thank you,
Thank you. It was
Bruno.
amazing. Bye bye, Bruno. Bye bye.